Welcome to the Lake Bluff Village Board of Trustees. It's regular meeting. It is Monday, January 11th, 2021. Could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Ankman.
Here.
Trustee Sharla.
Here.
Trustee Dewart.
Here.
Trustee Markey.
Here.
Trustee Meyer.
Here.
Trustee Toll.
Here.
Thank you. Could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Hey, we have consideration of the minutes of December 14th, 2020. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Dewart. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, I think this is Mr. Charlo. Was that?
Could be Mrs. Marquis.
Okay. Do we have any corrections, additions? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ankman.
Aye.
Trustee Sharla.
Aye.
Trustee Dewart.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Okay. At this point in time, the board sets aside 15 minutes for anyone who would like to speak this evening on topics that are not on this evening's agenda. Do we have anybody that wishes to do so? Drew, do you see anybody? Joanne?
Don't see anyone raising their hand. Do you want to give them the cue, please, Glenn?
Sure. If you're joining us, if you'd like to make a public comment, there is a raise hand button at the bottom of your screen that you can use to signal us, and we can give you the ability to talk. Otherwise, we can proceed with our agenda.
Okay. Hearing none, we will proceed with the order of the agenda. Agenda item 6A, which is the warrant report for December 15th to 28th, 2020, December 29th, 2020 to January 11th, 2021, and November 2020 payroll expenditures. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Meyer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, was that Mr. Toll first or was that Ms. Markey?
It doesn't matter. Mr.
It
Toll.
doesn't matter. Okay. All righty. We have expenditures of village funds for payment of invoices in the amount of $371,355.39 for December 15th to 28th. We have expenditures of village funds for payment of invoices in the amount of $291,409.45 for December 29th to January 11th, which is total expenditures of village funds in the amount of for village funds for payroll in the amount of $287,309.10 for November of 2020, which means total expenditures of $950,473.94. Are there any questions or comments or queries to the Director of Finance or the administration? Okay, hearing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Sharla.
Aye.
Trustee Dewart.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankman.
Okay, we have the next item, which is the November 2020 financial report. Do I have a motion to accept the financial report?
So moved.
Thank you by Ms. Markey. Do I have a second?
Second.
I think Mr. Toll won out on that one. Okay. Attached for consideration is the, okay, well, on this one, I don't speak. The director, who's much more knowledgeable than I, will speak. Could you give us a summary report, please?
Sure. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.
So in summary, for the November financial report, sales tax revenues received in fiscal year 21 May through November of $1,899,055. are $141,898, or 7% less than the fiscal year 20 cash receipts. Building permit revenue for fiscal year 21 May through November is $186,920, or $41,837 less than the same reporting period for last fiscal year. And general fund total revenues of $7,366,425 are $51,080, or 0.7% less than fiscal year 20 May through November revenues. The largest declines are in sales and home rule tax revenues of $131,592, property tax revenue of $78,558, and permits and licenses of $94,587, and interest earnings of $58,839. With the addition of the one-time CARES Act grant monies of $257,269, the net revenue decrease is $51,080. Current FY21 expenditures are consistent with or less than budgeted, and the May through November expenditures of $5,203,789 are $162,031 less than the expenditures for the same period in FY20. So the budgetary information that has been static on the report, the initial note or comment of sales and income tax expectations, that reduction, $749,356, was the initial reduction. The secondary reduction that was completed or referred by the Finance Committee in May of 2020 actually accumulated to $1,160,60. And if I could share the screen. I just wanted to provide an update. This chart was originally included in the May Finance Committee memorandum that listed out the general fund primary revenues, the original budget numbers, the first budget amendment decreases that we considered in the forecasting based on the COVID health crisis, the percent of changes, and then the second budget amendment are changes totaling the new numbers and the new percentages. Of interest and point here is the fiscal year 21 year-to-date numbers and the fiscal year 20 year-to-date numbers. You can see in each category at the end of the chart the percentages of decline or the change from the secondary budgeted numbers. So this already is a reduction from the original budget number, but it shows the decline or change or where we're at with our year-to-date numbers as of the second adjusted budget changes that were made in May. The total difference between the adjusted budget number and the current year-to-date number is a difference of $461,528. And then if you look back to the original budget numbers and where we are today, the difference of over $2 million. So, and the trend lines show, in effect, where we are because we still have some of the fiscal year left to go, how those revenues are trending. So I just wanted to present that. If anybody would like a copy, I will update this each month as we move forward with new year-to-date numbers and new year-to-date prior numbers to compare to.
That would be helpful.
Please, absolutely, please.
It's also kind of precursory to lead into our budget discussion, so I just kind of wanted to give a snapshot as we move forward towards those coming discussions with Finance Committee and with the board.
And also in preparation of the village, the next board meeting, you'll get a budget amendment ordinance to consider. And that, really the highlight here is village was planning conservatively to, have really hard-hit revenue streams around close to 20%. In reality, it's been closer to 6% so far. So it's trending more favorably. So.
Okay. Any other questions for Bettina?
I just had a quick question. Are we still receiving delayed property tax payments and sales tax payments, Bettina?
So sales tax is still running delayed,
Okay.
more of a lag than usual. Property tax, I think we're pretty much caught up with.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Any other questions for Bettina? All right, let's do a roll call for this acceptance.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankerman,
Aye.
Trustee Sherlock.
All right, we have now the village administrator's report.
Just one item for the board's information. Lake Bluff as a community has been I would say, a leader in how the village has managed waste and recycling. And part of that has, I guess, been recognized by the Solid Waste Agency of Lake County with respect. The village was 3 years ago. The village was one of the, if not the first community in Illinois to offer a ride-along composting program, food scrap program to all our residents, and that was recognized at the time. And now, because of that leadership and pioneerism, if you will, in waste management in Illinois, SWALCO has asked the village to be one of the pilot communities to participate in a USDA grant to develop a campaign surrounding the village's composting program and food scrap ride-along program. So we were selected as one of 4 communities in the county to do that, and would look to be part of that 24-month program. I just wanted to place that blue ribbon on the village for another good example of being leaders in waste management. So.
Okay, we do garbage well. Good.
That concludes my report.
Thank you, That's actually quite good. And I do believe when that came up several years ago, we were actually the first in the state. That was our.
I agree with that, but I think I've been asked to allow our friends and brothers down in Highwood to be sharing that glory. They were the first to do it using a cart. We didn't want to waste energy by having other carts. We just did a ride-along program.
Yes, I know. I do remember the Highwood controversy.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw that in. Okay.
I would gate.
Okay. All right. Is that it, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Village attorney's report.
No report tonight, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Village president's report. Again, I come to you, ask for an extension of the declaration of civil emergency. Just to briefly say that I came to you first on March 18th, a declaration of emergency for the village of Lake Bluff related to the COVID-19 emergency, which would last until the next board meeting. And subsequently, every board meeting I have asked for an extension until the next board meeting. And following that trend and tradition, I would like to do so. So do I have a motion to extend the declaration until the next board meeting?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Meyer, and a second there. Who was that?
Barbara.
Thank you, Ms. Ankerman. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Markey,
Aye.
Trustee Meyer,
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankerman,
Aye.
Trustee Sherlock. Trustee Dewart.
Aye.
We have substance of the correspondence that was delivered to the Village Board of Trustees in the informational reports on December 11th, 18th, 23rd, and 31st of 2020. Do I have a motion to accept the correspondence?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. D. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second, and I believe that was Mr. Toll. Any questions? Anything else? Roll call, please, if not.
Trustee Meyer,
Aye.
Trustee Toll. Trustee Ankerman,
Aye.
Trustee Sherlock.
Aye.
Trustee Dewart.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
All right, the next item on the agenda is a resolution approving a sign exemption for J.C. Litch at 413 West Washington Avenue. Do I have a motion to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Dewart, seconded by?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Sherlock. All right. J.C. Lights and Sire Sign Company, LaGrange Sign and Lighting, are proposing to install 2 wall on the building at 413 West Washington Avenue, one on the east side and one on the south side facing West Washington Avenue. Architectural Board of Review considered the request at their December 1 meeting and voted 6-0 to recommend approval, subject to the conditions that both signs be 3 feet by 12 feet and that the signs align with the top of the new entrance. In the revised drawings, which are attached, the bottom edge of the signs align with the top edge of the glazing above the new entrance to comply with this condition. In preparation for the village's board consideration of the request, the neighboring property owners have been notified of the meeting date and a resolution has been prepared transmitting the ABR's recommendation. Mark Setlala of LaGrange Sign and Lighting and village staff will be in attendance to answer any questions from the board. Does the board have any questions?
I was just wondering if the signage is illuminated, how long it stays on, because it seems like across the street is a apartment building, directly across the street. And I didn't know if, it sounds like maybe those people have been notified, maybe they're not concerned, but since we're going from one sign to two signs, and how late they might be on.
Yeah, we didn't have any discussion of hours at the ABR meeting. I would like to note that only the text and graphic illuminates. The background field does not all illuminate on those signs. And the one facing south, towards the apartment building is replacing an existing sign that was the same size in the past. The new sign is the one on the east that faces the commercial property.
And the sign won't be a lot brighter. It'll be about the same intensity.
I think it might be less because I'm not sure if the existing sign complies with our code about not having the background field illuminated. It might be an old non-conforming sign where it does illuminate. So if the existing one illuminates the whole thing, including the background field, then the new one will be less.
Great.
Illuminated. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions? All right, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankman.
Aye.
Trustee Sherlock.
Aye.
Trustee Dewar.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
At this point, would any of the trustees have anything to comment or report on?
I have a report tonight. It'll be short.
That's all right, Ms. Sarkey. Please go.
I'd like to take a moment to address the recent situation involving the attempt to remove Aaron Toll from the April 2021 ballot due to a technicality. Our town runs on volunteers. We have generous residents who step up every day to serve Lake Bluff. And the great majority of these people come to their posts without agenda and with Lake Bluff's best interest at heart. Aaron is one of these people. Having served with him on this board for the past 4 years, I have found him to be thoughtful, well-prepared, and straightforward. He comes to meetings ready to listen, consider, compromise, and opine. Not only does Aaron volunteer on this board, but he also volunteers as a Lake Bluff firefighter, helping to ensure safety in Lake Bluff without further burdening our residents with increased pension liabilities. It is for these reasons that I'm saddened to see Aaron the target of this activity, and my hope is that he will be allowed to remain on the ballot. I'm not sure why we are seeing such scrutiny of electoral packets this year, and it is my understanding that Highland Park is also experiencing the same situation. By removing a willing volunteer from the ballot due to a technicality, we discourage others from running. Indeed, many who run are not politicians and are unfamiliar with this process. Our goal should be to encourage these volunteers and applaud their efforts. A diverse village board creates stronger, safer communities through well-reasoned legislation. This board is made up of your friends and neighbors, and we encourage differing opinions and the exchange of ideas. We vote with the goal of doing what is best for Lake Bluff, and we understand the importance of our role as village board members. Lake Bluff is a community of well-educated, well-intentioned individuals, and while we don't always agree, we always engage in thoughtful discussion of topics. As a community, we should be thankful for that. As for who ends up on the village board, given that it is a volunteer board and how hard we work to find volunteers willing to serve, our goal should be to encourage and allow interested candidates to be on the ballot. not to remove them on a technicality, and to give the residents of Lake Bluff the option to decide. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Joy.
Sure.
Any other trustee?
Madam President, I'll speak up and say, Trustee Marquis, I could not have put it better myself. Thank you for speaking up in favor of volunteerism and in favor of this community.
Anyone else? All right. I don't believe we have executive session this evening, so I would certainly, if anyone would like, to entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion? Thank you, sir. On motion to adjourn by Mr. Toll. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Charlot. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Ankman.
Aye.
Trustee Charlo.
Aye.
Trustee Dewar.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Okay, I think we will adjourn. I wish everyone a safe 2 weeks as we go through our uncertain times. Please, everyone, stay safe and stay well. Thank you.
Amen.
Night.
Good night.
Thank you and good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Goodbye.